Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be showing you how to paint up the Dakkajets from the Aeronautica Imperialis set on game system. So with that, I'm going to show you what it's going to look like. What we will be painting up. We'll be painting up this little bad boy, this little Dakkajets, and that's what we're going to be showing you today. So let's jump straight into it, shall we? So, to start off, we'll be painting up this lovely Dakkajet we've got here. Now, we're needing a base spray on this, and there are two ways you can go about it. You can go the box standard, put it down, bit of card, or any kind of surface outside, and then spray on top. Then the only problem you'll have with that is you need to get the underneath as well, won't you? Then you have to do all that. But what we're going to do is, thankfully with the Dakkajets box, they come with 12 flight stands. These little fellas. And you only need 6 of them. Now as we're spraying these up individually, it's going to be a lot easier to just pop it in like that, as it's a snug fit. Then we're going to paint it like that. I'm going to use some gloves, hold it, and then just spray as we go. If you need to get the underneath, just turn it upside down and spray. Then once we've finished spraying, obviously we need to put it down somewhere to actually dry. We'll just get the base, plonk it on top, then you'll be able to leave it to dry like that. That's what we're going to do. So we'll pop off and go spray it now. So here we have the humble Dakkajets, and we're going to show you how to do a nice easy paint scheme like you've seen in the start of this video. So we're going to start off with a white scar. You might think that's a bit odd starting off with white, but we're going to do the canopy first, which is this bit here. Because we get that bit down the way first, by the time it dries, we can then go over it with the Lotharen Blue, which we'll dry brush on, give a nice bit of effect on it. So, white scar, well shaken, not stirred. Now I'm using a very small brush here. I'm using a Insane Detail brush. That's because it is a small area. It may not look like it on this video, but these models are actually quite small. So, off. That area. Doesn't matter too much if you go over. As you can see, I'm doing a spectacular job of going over. See, this is why I want to do this white first, because what I'm actually going to do is going to cover all of it in the white, which might as well use a bigger brush thinking that. And then I'm going to go over the framework with the lead belcher. Because if you end up doing the white last, it's going to be quite tricky to get all that detail in. And what I'm doing as well is I'm actually keeping it on the base, you can see. That way it makes it a lot easier keeping model steady whilst painting. The base colour we used on this for the spray was the Mephiston Red. And also, as I said previously as well, we kept it on the... I completely forgot the word it's called now. Peg. We kept it on the peg to make it easier for us to spray onto. Now, where this is a layer paint, you can see it's not going on too brilliantly. doesn't really matter because we'll give it a second coat. And turn around. A bit. So as you can see, this is very messy, and this is going to be the messiest part of the painting. And I will say this now, this will actually end up bugging me throughout the entire painting bit. Noticing that this bit is all messy, whilst everything I'm going to be painting will be a lot neater. So, that's the first part that can be done for the moment. Just leave that to dry. So next, we've got quite a lot of detail on here, and what we're going to be doing is emphasising, I'll say emphasising, painting the bits that would be metallic on it. So that'd be the engine parts and weapon parts. So it'd be like these parts here, engine parts there, the knobs on the back, you've got the entire thrust at the back. Then the yellow, which would be the Avalon Sunset, we're going to be doing the bits of metal that the orcs have put on top of the framework for this. So you've got the orc skull bit there. If we turn to the side here, you can see there the extra plates. Yeah, the extra plates there on the tips of the wing there. Although we've got the front bit here, what I'm going to be doing is I'm not going to be painting these little bits here yellow. I'm going to actually painting the actual nose cone yellow. This will make it stand out a lot better. So, cracking on then. We'll start with Avalon Sunset. Go for that nice little orc symbol first. Oh, that needs a bit more shake, didn't shake up enough. There we go. So sticking with the regiment brush as well from the Army Painter, that's what I'm using. Make brush. A little bit of paint on the tip. And all I'm doing is using the side of the brush to paint on the yellow. That way, I shouldn't actually paint onto any other parts of the model. It should just stay on the area I wanted it to stay on. Nice and easy, just like that. So, apologies for the slight sudden camera angle change there. We've just started the video up again because we had some customs in, but we'll continue the process anyway. So, we were doing the Avalon Sunset, and we started off with the orc symbol. So, as I was saying before, just paint with the side of the brush, nice and easy, and that should give us a nice coverage. Which isn't looking too bad at the moment, I must say. But I've only done one bit. Can't be too optimistic just yet. So this is all we're doing at the moment. Going over these yellow bits. Make it look nice. If you join us in a couple of seconds, we'll show you the finished process once all the yellow's been done. So, here we have the yellow done now, the Avalon Sunset. And as you can see, there's not that much yellow to actually do. So you've got the tail fin there, nose cone, a little bit of the wing, and underneath you've got a little bit as well, as you can see. You've got the under bit there and the little hook they got on the back here. So although it's not much colour to add, it still helps with the model and give it some character. So the next bit we're going to do is, before we tackle the metallic parts, we're going to do a bit more to the canopy, or cockpit, whatever you want to call it. Now with this, the reason why I'm doing this is because I will be doing the framework on here metallic, and I still want to do a bit more on there. So where I'm going to be using the dry brush technique, it saves me having to paint the top bit in lead belcher, do the dry brush, then re-go over that metal work there. So what I'm doing, simple dry brush, getting some Lothran blue, loading up my brush with it. I'm going to get as much of this blue off as I can do. Brushing. Then I'm going to stipple the brush on there. And this brush is extremely, as you can see, this brush I think has kind of had it, safe to say. So I'm going to quickly swap brushes. So most of our brushes seem to be in a bit of a sorry state, so I've ended up getting a new one. This is simply the hobby dry brush from Army Painter. Nice flat edge, they'll be good enough to do the job. So try that again. Paint in, brush, and just dotting it on. The reason why I've done it on is where we're trying to get in that recess. If you were to dry brush it on, all it will do is highlight the actual framework rather than the actual window panels, where if you stipple it, it actually gets inside and actually gets on those window panels. That bit. Now the reason why I've taken most of the paint off the brush, because if I was to do this with more paint on the brush, as soon as I started stippling, I'd run the risk of putting way too much on. So I've turned, here's what happens, I turn around too much and I actually take off the base. Got you back on. So, yes, good, it back on. So, you can see that, that's worked quite nicely. It may seem like a jumbled up mess at the moment, but as soon as I start putting the lead belcher around it, you'll see how much of a change it makes. And you can also tell that I've gone completely over with the stippling and got a little bit of blue on this section here. So, quick touch up before we continue. And this is just where it's had a Mephiston spray. So you can use Mephiston paint. touch up quite easily. Now with touching up as well, if you notice, I'm going over more of the area than where the blue's gone. Mainly because if you only spot touch up, which is just basically going over the bit where the paint's gone, you'll end up with blotches. Yes, they will be subtle, but you will still see them. And it's better to do the panel rather than just one little area. So I've also done a little bit of the yellow on there. Not the little bit yellow, some blue onto the orc sign. This is one thing I'm like, if I do overspill, I do like to generally touch up before I continue doing anything else. Yeah, perfect. So, next, as I was saying, we're going to do the metal work. So all the engine components and that. Oh, well, I just realised I've missed a little bit. How about that? There's what we got here on the engine pile, right by the wing. Little panel there. Which I completely forgot to paint up. Take care of that now. There we go, nice and easy. I should have a bit of blue in this there as well. Yeah, I'm glad I'm noticing this now rather than when I've finished. Because I've had that sometimes. I'll be painting up the model. Oh yeah, I managed to correct everything where I've gone over. All done now. And I've put the model away, put it somewhere. Gone to look at it that next day. And gone, damn it, missed it. So that gets quite frustrating at times, but hopefully that should be everything. Wasn't a large error I was doing. So, lead belcher. Well, the metal. And close that. Close the inlet. Lead belcher. Give it a good shake, as always. Now, side of the brush again, ladies and gentlemen. So let's stop it here. Now obviously, I'll say again the reason why I'm using the side of the brush. When you use the side, there's a chance of me spilling onto the glasswork. Ah, fallen off. Downplane. Just continue this. Nice, quick and easy. Over the canopy. Tell I'm concentrating this bit because I'm not speaking that much. But coming on quite nicely. finished. Front of there. I've ended up having very careful on the front bit because you see more than just the edge when it comes to the framework. But a little bit more there, I'm almost done. Down that. Okay. No. And that's your canopy done. Which, as you can see, doesn't look all too shabby, if I do say so myself. If it was just alright, just blue will stand out a bit too much, but that brings up quite nicely. So, now I've done that bit. Next bit we're doing with the lead belcher are engine parts, gun parts, and we'll do these panels here. And there's so I shall crack on with it, and by the magical camera abilities, in a couple of seconds you'll see it with all the lead belcher on. And behold, camera magic! The model is now painted with the lead belcher. So as you can see, I've painted the gun bits like I said would do, the extra vents, engine parts there, and on the back, make sure you see that there, I've ended up doing the entire engine part there, and a little extra bonus as well, I've gone over yellow on the back bit as well to give it a bit more colouring. Then I'll take off this little stand. Like that. Always got the rocket parts as well underneath, because at the end of the day it'll be rude not to paint the underneath even if you don't see it. I do like to do a thorough job here. So that is the basics for painting the Dakkajets. The only thing I have to do now is to chuck a wash over it. And for that we're going to be using some Seraphim Sepia. Give it a shake. Now, normally I would use a bigger brush for this, shader brush, but I'm still going to be using the regiment brush. That's because I will be putting the shade on the canopy as well. And if I use a big brush, I'm going to get into the crevices and onto the glass bit. And I don't want to do that, I want to keep that bright. So, what we'll do though, we'll start off with that bit first. Because at least that way, if you mess up, you'll get to see on video, don't you? So, load that brush a little bit more. Hardly got anything on there. There we go. Chuck it on. Nice and carefully. This is the only careful part of the wash as well, because the rest is just firing it on. day on those edge lines. Now as well make sure that blends and brush it. Now comes the easy fun part. Completely load up the brush now. But still, wipe off a little bit of the excess off because you don't want it to pull too much, and just snap and tip it on. Give it a nice full coverage. And fine thing, you don't have to worry about being too delicate with this. Just make sure it doesn't pull it anywhere. So for example, if I was just to leave it on there, you may not be able to see it, but it has actually pulled quite a lot on the nose cone. So you don't have to worry about getting the shade off your brush, then thin it out where it's pulled too much. You just wash another part of the model. But once it goes thin, then you go back to the bit where there's an excess and wipe off. So we'll continue this and I will show you what it looks like in a second. And here we go. This is the Dakkajet all finished. The wash is dried. There's nothing else I want to do to this at the moment, because at the end of the day this is just a nice simple paint scheme with how to paint. Nice, quick and easy. But there is one thing, saying that, left to do to this, and that is to put it onto the base. Well, not to put it on the base, but if we'll zoom out, because we've got a lovely painted plane, but we've got a grey plastic base. So what we're going to show next is how to paint up the base to make it look pretty, so it all matches in. So we'll jump over to that now. So with these bases, we're obviously wanting to get these sprayed up. The only problems you have is if you go for normal spray, you're going to cover up these bits here, so you won't be able to see your dials. So two ways you can go about this. You can either blue tack over the holes and over the dials, or you can go for a bit of masking tape as well. But what we do is, I'll show you to make it a lot easier. Turn it over. You got 3 points, which are there, there and there. And all we're going to do, as you can see, this is a sculpting tool. Just put it in there, make sure to be very careful with this. Wedge it in, slowly pull out, making sure you're paying attention to what the plastic's doing. If it starts turning clear, you know you're putting too much stress on the plastic. And then we just wedge it out, because all this is clipped in, nice and easily, which means it will pop off quite nicely. So that's already two popped off there. I'll go for third, which I'll be a little bit stubborn there. Now that popped off, and it should easily come off like so. Nice and easy. And all you do there, you won't need this bit when it comes to spraying, because that's how thin it is. All the detail is on this one. So pop the dials off like so, just easy pops off and go. Now it's ready for spraying, and you should have no problems spraying that up and it gets in any bits you don't want it to. So by the power of magical editing, we'll have a sprayed up base. And here we have our sprayed up base, nicely done in lead belcher. And all we're going to do with this is a nice simple and easy paint job, because that's the aim of the game. On these bits here, on the metalwork, we're going to do a Balthasar gold along with the main symbol there. Then, as we are doing the Dakkajets, we'll do these symbols for your altitude, your speed and your direction in Mephiston red. Almost forgotten the paint there. That way, you know, if you end up with more than one faction, more than one army, you know which bases go with which. Then once we put these colours on, we're just going to give it a quick wash of Seraphim Sepia. So, let down for a second to get our paints. So, we'll start off with the Balthasar gold. Give it a good shake. Because at the end of the day, you don't want clumpy paints. Now, as always, I'm slightly different when it comes to my painting, because I like to use it straight from the pot. Now, normally you do a mixture of a bit of water and then you paint the mix on the palette. But what I do is wet my brush, flick it a couple of times, get the excess off, and then just dab it into the paint pot. Give it a little lick just to get off any excesses that I don't like. And that should be nice and ready for painting. And here we go. So it's going to be a nice quick job. Painting on the Balthasar gold. Yeah, see, I'm not being too delicate or too slow, just doing it nice and easy. Patron, 3 seconds. So here we are. Like I was saying, nice and, well, not too delicate, because it's nice and easy to use on the side of the brush to go over everything. If you use the side of the brush as well, rather than the tip, you don't have to worry about getting any of the overspill onto the other bits. Give it a sec. So it's not hard to do, nice and easy. And this is all you're doing. I'm also one of those painters, I'm not too bothered if it does go over anything, because you can always touch up. So, there's that bit. And we'll continue till we get it all done. Have it. Nice coat of Balthasar gold all over it to give you a nice little effect there. Coming along quite nice at the moment. So next, we're doing the Mephiston red. Shake. Make sure we'll clean off our brush. Now, I'm just going to do the symbols for altitude, speed and direction. So, same again, putting a little bit on the brush and using the side of it to go over the symbol. That way we're making sure we won't overspill onto the detail below. Don't worry too much if you do, because all you need to do is get some of your lead belcher and just go over it. So that is the first symbol done. Move one coat. And to the next two. Which is the speed. What I've done here is I've accidentally loaded my paintbrush up with too much paint on there. But even saying that, you notice I've not even touched the lead belcher underneath this paint on this section here. If I was using the tip of my brush, I would have messed it up quite a bit by now. So now what I'm doing now is wiping the excess off. There we go. There we go. Altitude. Nice, simple and easy. And all we're doing really, we're doing this just to a break from the norm of having the grey plastic for the base. Because at the end of the day, if you're having a painted model, you want to have a nice base to go with it. You just don't want to deal with the grey plastic. So I'm just going over the red for the direction there. It's got a bit dried up now, isn't it? Bit of water. Tiny bit on there. If you ever find, you can see all the little brush strokes you got on this. A good way of making sure you don't get them is long brush strokes. That way it'll give you good coverage, obviously. But if you're doing the little tiny brush strokes now everything, it'll be like your kids' colouring in books. You'll be able to see all those small little lines, but if you do long lines, they won't show up as much. So there we go, and that stage done. So only bit we're left to do now to get your basic base done is some Seraphim Sepia wash. Just darken a little bit, so we'll move on to that. Close down. Let's close up the paint pots, which is always a good thing to do because I've done that much painting where I've left the pots open. As soon as I've gone on to the next one, I've either ended up dipping my brush into the one that I was using, and then I've accidentally dipped it into the one that I wasn't using and completely missed out the paintwork. Or, failing that, I've ended up knocking the pot over, which is never good. You don't like that. So, Seraphim Sepia.
Good morning, Sebastian.
Shouldn't really have to tell you how to use this. It is pretty straightforward. All you want,
until end of weekend.
Here's a brush. I'm using a large dry brush for this.
Okay. Bye.
And all we're doing is chucking it on. So, do your brushing. You can dip it all in or just a bit. But what you do want to do is make sure you rub the excess off. Because otherwise, you're going to get a load on straight off. So, there you go. Seraphim Sepia, just over. Nice and easy. Just like that. That way it's filled all the nooks and crannies. And that'll be it done. Now if you notice as well, I've not done the edges there. I've left them as lead belchers, basic. So, that's it. And we'll give that a couple of minutes to dry and we'll show you the finished process. So there's our base now, nice and dried, easy, simple and effective. And what we'll do is we'll show you how to jazz it up a bit as well if you like. So we've got the base painted, we've got the plane painted. The only thing to do now is to put them together. So do that on that. Get the plane. Plonk it on. Okay, got slightly OCD, got to make sure it points in the right direction. From there, we have it. Looking quite nice there. Now, if you are feeling a bit brave and wanting to do something a bit more than just this plane as well, and this base, because the base is quite of a simplistic design, what you can do to make it stand out a bit more is do something a little like that. So what all we've done there is we've done Abaddon black and moot green to make the sectors look like a radar, obviously. So put the base back on. Now if you notice, I've not actually put the dials on there, so I'll do that now quickly, because we've shown you how to take it apart and we'll show you how easy it is to put it back on. So I need one of those, and one of these. So remember, the one that goes up to 9 is on the left, the one that goes up to 5 is on the right. So got that in there. Put that in there. Now, should have done this way anyway, turned around. Now, so, put it back on, nice and easy. Just push the clip. There we go, you notice, dials still turn. Nice and easy there. Good luck keeping your eyes, and plonk it on. And there we have our finished Dakkajet. So, thank you for tuning in, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Nice simple paint scheme. Usual like and subscribe, as Matt likes to say. And we should hopefully have another video coming up soon of how to paint the other jets. So stay tuned and catch you guys later.